Yeah, recording is
Hello.
important.
Yeah, the gang's all here. I'm glad I didn't actually do anything. So,
I was going to say something before we actually started talking about it.
oh well, this shouldn't be a long one. I don't feel like it was, but I mean, I've said that before. It doesn't mean anything.
True, but I think this time is different because there wasn't much this time.
Yeah, they were
Well, the
all
short story
really
one
short.
is the format in itself. Like this is the first time we've done that, and it's kind of odd. Like, cause it's not you don't have like one thought stream. It's like a bunch of different ones that you have to like keep switching gears on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the two middle ones, I'm kind of like, what? I mean, okay, what was the point?
Which two middle? There's three middle ones.
Well, I guess it was two of them. Uh,
I gotta say, I mean, I know I'm skipping ahead, but I genuinely did not understand the point of Laurie. Like, I know most of them, like, there's no point, but I was like, why did I just read that? Like, I felt like it was nothing.
well,
See,
clearly
that
this is.
one I enjoyed, but I didn't get the point of the turbulence expert one.
See, that one I liked. I thought it was kind of cool and like a little, it reminded me of like Ted and his gang.
It's like a Twilight Zone episode.
Because I thought, sorry, I guess I'm skipping around, but I thought the turbulence expert, he was there to just like take down the plane or something. And so then when he saved it, I was like, nice.
I know. Like, I was like, oh God, are all these people going to die?
Yeah.
He sure seemed like they were about to die. And then he just imagines how awful it would be, and then they're okay. I mean, all right. I think somebody needs to stop flying. They've been doing a little too much flying down to the Florida Keys, where they're getting eaten by alligators.
Also, somebody told me once, they were like, a plane doesn't crash because of turbulence. So no matter how bad it is, it's not going to make you crash.
Is that true?
I don't know.
Oh.
I think I looked it up. I have to look it up again, but it sounds true.
Yeah, right. I mean, it could be. I'd buy into that one. I mean, but I thought maybe that's true now, but it hasn't always been true. I don't know. I
Right.
feel like that might have been a thing at one point.
Well, I'm sure like when the Wright brothers were flying.
Well, the turbulence they were going through, holy crap, I've never had anything like that. That wasn't your regular turbulence.
Right. That's
They were
true.
like doing some anti-gravity shit in midair.
But, I mean, I guess I see your point. It was kind of like, I guess also because it was so short, but I enjoyed that as like a little, just a little taste of something.
It was a
But
little spacey sci-fi thing.
Laurie to me just felt like, I get it, you love dogs, and like dogs are cool, and like I knew the gator was gonna kill someone, but I don't. It didn't even feel like a story to me.
I downloaded that. It was in print somewhere. I guess because I downloaded it, or maybe I wasn't supposed to download it, but I had printed it out on my printer like 3 years ago because it was called Laurie. So I showed it to my sister-in-law.
Oh
And,
yeah, you did tell me that.
yeah, she didn't read it. I'm always trying to get people to read, and they usually tell me no. Or they just put it in a pile and don't tell me anything.
Yeah. I love too when when she's like, his sister is like, where'd you get the name? He's like, I don't know, just thought of it. He's like, okay.
That was, yeah, no thought there. Huh? All right, I know your wife died. Here's a dog. Good luck. I'm going back home.
I know, I feel like he always thinks like his wife is about to die.
But she had died in that one.
Well, I mean, in real life, because he's always writing about his wife being dead.
Yes.
He writes about a lot of people being dead in a lot of books. Did she have cancer or something? That sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah, she had a tumor, a glioblastoma, something like that.
No, I mean, I'm not even honest. Not the character in the story, the other person.
Oh, his wife?
Yeah.
His real life?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea. You mean because there's always something?
Well, no, I was wondering. It sounds vaguely familiar, and if it's not true, I don't want to kind of say it out loud. So.
Right.
I'll have to look it up, but I'm not sure. So that would make sense. I don't know. It's funny how his characters get older as he gets older.
Right, like what Ralph, you know.
Although I think Ralph Roberts was like way older than he was at the time, right?
Yeah, but he must have. I guess he's always had insomnia.
Somebody here mentioned something about insomnia. I know what insomnia is like, blah, blah, blah. I was waiting for a Ralph Roberts reference or something.
That's what I meant. It was our guy, our widower.
Wait, which guy?
Laurie's owner. I don't even remember his name.
Yeah, I was just reading it going, okay, guy, dog, it's cute. I'm into it. Where is it going? Because this is Stephen King. And then the alligator's fucking eating the neighbor. Like,
as soon as he said gator on the sign, I thought the dog was going to get eaten. So then it was the neighbor, and I was like, oh, cool.
Uh,
Yeah, I was
and-
much happier with a neighbor getting eaten.
yeah, right. He was old. Fuck it. It was yeah. I mean, I kind of don't see the point. Did something happen on one of his walks around his Florida Key house?
Right. It very much was like, I live in Florida now, and this is something that happened one morning or something. Like not actually his neighbor dying, but like maybe he saw a gator protecting her nest and like,
Maybe he was just walking around thinking about what gator could be hiding there. Gator
right.
could be hiding there. Well, I hear there's gators in Florida. What if there's one back there? That's all it takes. But
And
what
it's
I
like,
do,
I guess we're so good at reading Stephen King now. It was just so predictable. Like as soon as the sign said gator, I was like, the gator's gonna kill someone. And then as soon as they mentioned the old rickety bridge, I'm like, the bridge is gonna collapse.
nothing happens by accident. Right? Or there's no coincidences.
And God, these stories are riddled with 19. I was like, I get it, but you're doing it on purpose now.
He was always doing it on purpose.
Well, okay, he's doing it too much. Like it's like Flight 19 and
Well,
Address 19.
what if this is like the first book you read by Stephen King because your parents were fans and you're like, what is with this 19 shit? And I go, well, here, check this out.
Honestly, don't even know if I would notice it because it is okay. I guess it is subtle, but because we know it, every number is 19.
I don't know that I noticed, actually paid attention to it that much in this one. I guess I just skimmed
I
over it.
can't not see it.
I think there was one or two I noticed, like in the whole thing so far.
Yeah,
Like in the first story, he's 19 when he gets kidnapped. His address is 19 Rowan Tree Road.
I didn't catch either one of those.
I
On the
don't.
on the turbulence expert, it's Allied 19.
I did catch that one. Flight 19. I would not get on that fucking plane. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't.
I mean, I say it like a complaint. I like it. It's just like in my mind every time I'm like, yeah, I know. I remember.
Yeah, right. Now we know that you know that we know about the whole 19 thing. So like we get it. Okay. It's like mandatory reference at this point. And what do we complain about? We want everything to go 19, right?
I have to look this up. I heard a story on a podcast that, Adam Scott, what is he from? He's in that new show people love right now, Severance, maybe?
Step Brothers, right? Isn't that Adam Scott?
Yes, he's the mean brother from Step Brothers. He was in
Right.
Parks and Rec. He played Ben in Parks and Rec.
Right.
Apparently he has a thing about 19 too. And I'm trying to look it up right now. But I was like, every time he references something, it's like 19. It's like, when I was 19, I did this, or I hit 19 baseballs when I played sports, or like something like that.
Is he doing it? Is it any relation?
I don't know. I probably shouldn't have said anything until I looked it up. But
Where's the fun in that? Let's just pretend we know what we're talking about.
We do that every time we record.
Yeah, right. I do that every time I open my mouth. So do we know if he's a Stephen King fan? That's interesting. That'd be cool. It's kind of
if
fun
he's
now because all
not,
the
it's even weirder.
yeah, that kind of. Uh, yeah, actually, it's way weirder if he's not because that's two separate people that noticed this whole 19 thing. It's like the power three. Every time I'm at the gym, I can't use 2 or 4 paper towels. I have to use 3 because that's the right number.
Okay, well, that sounds like an OCD thing. I've never felt that.
Well, when you spray 2, it gets too wet, and they're
Okay,
useless.
well,
When I
that's
take
different.
4, I feel like I'm wasting and I have too many, so it's always 3. Everything comes down to 3. I can't
That's
stop
just
reading a book on page 3. I have to make it to like 294 or 864. I have to turn the page one more time before I stop reading.
okay. No, that's definitely OCD.
It's the power of 3. That's why 4 is my favorite number because I hate 3, and it's bewitching spells.
What about any other number that's not 3?
That would probably work, except 2 because that's often on the other side of page 3.
Oh, you really don't like? I thought 3 was the magic number.
No, it's evil. I think. I don't know.
Okay, then why do you use it so much?
I'm trapped by it. Was my point.
I
I
see.
had to use it because 2 didn't work and 4 didn't work. So there you go, back to 3, just like they wanted, just like Big 3 wanted, the Big Trinity.
333.
Yeah, there you go. You know it. 2 times out.
Anyway,
So
go on.
yeah, I'm just rambling. So what do you got?
No, I was gonna say next or go on until I figure this out.
Yeah, it was his 19th year. I read right over that. Didn't even because the next page had the AC/DC shit, and then it was like, oh yeah. he clearly wrote this during COVID because he has a couple of mandatory COVID references, a couple of mask references.
Yeah, he said, I even wrote it down because I was like, you cannot talk like that. He said something that was like slang that I would never expected to see in one of his books. Oh, when he said, he's talking about the neighbor in Laurie, and he said, for Dawn, it was Christmas or bust. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah,
Like, I never expected someone of his age to even say that.
maybe it's a thing in Florida. I don't know. Maybe a lot of the like old people got nothing better to do, so they go overboard on Christmas.
He mentioned, no, not that. It's just the or but, like a lot of this expression, this or bust, like it's this or nothing.
I didn't think of that as new slang, though.
Is it? Well, maybe I'm misinformed because I've only heard young people say it, younger people.
Maybe you're.
I am old. That's what I'm saying.
You are not old. You are the youngest person on this podcast. Don't even.
Oh,
Okay.
right. Yeah, I have news, so you have to call me after this thing.
Okay.
Sorry, just made me think of something. So, we're not old. Perfect days.
My
Actually,
point
I'd
was,
like to be a little bit younger because I'm a little creaky.
you're creaky.
Yes, like my body's creaky. I make
Oh yeah.
noises when I stand up half the time.
Well, yeah, I already do that.
Like, my goal is to like stand up without making noises.
And then like half of my joints will crack.
Well, yeah, those are unavoidable. What can you do? The big size and the hand in the back. All you're doing is getting a drink out of the fridge. He's clearly still an AC/DC fan. Uh, enough with that already. He made a whole horrible movie, with nothing but AC/DC for the soundtrack. Do you know what that is?
Sorry, I was still researching. What did you say?
Maximum Overdrive. He's got another AC/DC reference, so he's clearly still doing the AC/DC thing, and he made a whole horrible movie with nothing but AC/DC.
Yeah.
The one, what is it called? It's called Trucks in Night Shift. Night Shift has a lot of movies that you're like, oh, I didn't know that was in there. Like not a lot more than I think his other short story books do. For some reason, a lot of Night Shift makes it into the movies. Maybe it's the Dollar Babies again. Maybe it goes back to.
I just imagine that everything will be or has been made into a movie or a show.
Probably
Yeah, I
will
mean,
be.
before
I
the
mean,
ink is dry.
he's helped write screenplays too that weren't books. So
Sleepwalkers and what Rose Red and some other like long TV movie. Storm of the Century.
did he write? Did he work on In the Tall Grass?
Yeah, I think that's him and his kid who he's trying to give credit to.
Right, right. Was that a book? Our story?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Was that Joe or was that Owen?
I don't
I want to say Joe.
I think it's Joe. Yeah,
It might be one of his stories, so I wouldn't know that.
that's fair.
By default. Uh, I'll have time for Joe when I run out of his dad's books. I mean, if he ever stops writing, it may happen. That guy's way too motivated. I'm like, I got a podcast to do, and I had to fill 2 pots full of dirt. Now I'm ready to do nothing. That's it.
Sorry, all that I've been able to find because I can't really watch it right now since we're podcasting. But there's a clip of Adam Scott, and he says 19 every time he references a number. It's like, what's your perfect reel? 19. How old were you when you got this? Oh, I was 19. What's your favorite color? Like the 19th color on the wheel.
Oh, he's got to be a fan, right? It'd be really strange if he wasn't. Now I want to know why he's doing 19.
Maybe that's an important thing for him.
Yeah. So what the hell's going on in the first one? This Finn was the one I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
They kidnapped him because they thought he was somebody else. They figured out that he wasn't somebody else, but he still knows some password or where that somebody else is. And then there was a coup, and the boss is not in charge anymore, and they let him go.
I also didn't understand the end of that story. Like, was he trying to kill himself, or was he just saying like metaphorically?
Remind me
Because he
when
says,
yeah.
hold on.
They
I wrote.
waterboarded him. That was great. I wonder if he looked that up.
Oh wait,
And
that's
he's
the
an
wrong.
Elvis fan.
I feel like waterboarding is in pretty much every torture movie. So
It's the only one we actually know about. All the other ones are still secret.
Yeah.
So Finn goes to the top of the slide. He reached the top, turned himself around, sat with his legs on the first curb. He thought, either I'll still be here when I get to the bottom, or I won't be. Simple as that. He looked at the woman and said, Elvis has left the building, then he pushed off. I'm like, is that just like the end of the story and he's saying like, I went through shit, so I'm being crazy right now? Or is he like,
Well, no, it was the whole thing of like, is this real or am I dreaming? Did they actually let me go, or did I create an alternate
oh,
reality for myself where they let me go, but I'm actually still there and they just tortured me to the point where I passed out
so
or disassociated?
what makes him think, just what makes him think that if he is dreaming, that he would not still be dreaming at the bottom of the slide?
Well, I don't know what the qualification there is. How that
I
maybe that's
guess because
like
he's challenging himself.
maybe that's when he gives up and he's like, well, if I'm dreaming, fuck it, let's go with it. Either my legs are there or they're not. I don't know. It's an Ambrose Bierce story, and I don't know who that is other than I've seen it in other Stephen King references. Mr. Edgerton showed them a short film based on the story, which was about the hanging of a slave owner in the Civil War. He's pushed off a bridge, the rope breaks, he swims. The twist is this: the escape was all in his head, a kind of mini dream before he's actually pushed off the bridge and executed. This could be happening to me, Finn thought. So he's thinking if this is really reality at the top of the slide, or if he's just
Right.
dreaming it. But I don't know why that makes his legs or why it makes him appear or disappear.
I mean, like, you can fall in your dreams.
You could just be batshit crazy and your legs would still be there. I mean,
Right.
you're just all in. Anyway, yeah, I don't.
It does seem unlikely that they would ever let him go if that did happen, so.
Yeah.
That's true. They just killed him and moved on. Like the boss is crazy. Kill that guy. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know. Sometimes the church is like, what was the point in that? Why did I get invested in? I kind of like Finn. I wanted to see where he was going.
I don't know what it. Maybe we're not. I don't know. I didn't like him that much, but I was like, well, at least you survived, I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe,
there's almost like
yeah.
a bigger idea there, and he never got the rest of it. That's all he had, and they never expanded into anything else. So he probably had an image of that guy getting kidnapped, and then didn't know where to go with it. I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't understand that, like, what was happening at first. Where it was like the guy, like, how do you just not know who you're chasing? Like that he ran into the guy that they were chasing,
So everyone that got maybe like if I was that guy, I'd bump into a lot of people. I gotta tell you.
right? Like it's like tag.
Yeah, like what's that Denzel movie when you touch someone, the demon jumps bodies? It's not Bone Collector, it's the other one. Zazel is like the demon's name. I can't remember the movie. Anyway, it possesses people and murders other people while it's possessing people, and they get charged with murder, and then it jumps bodies and does it again. And every time so he's trying to chase a demon down the street and it keeps jumping bodies to the people in front of him. Quite annoying, if I would have to say. But I forget what the hell my point was. Anyway, it's like it would be like that.
If
Like
it was.
yeah, these kidnappers are stupid. You bumped into him, so we got the wrong guy. So they just were like chasing a guy in a black suit and didn't know who he was.
Yeah, didn't they say that they were wearing the same outfit?
Or similar outfit at least.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, like I said, maybe it was the first one. I think. Okay, so moving on. Finn, Sliding Road is also.
Sorry, going back to Finn real quick. Amber, did you ever watch Boy Meet World?
I watched Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
It was in Philly. Mr. Feeney. Yeah,
Well, that's true because they said Mr. Feeney too.
Feeney. Doesn't he say like the wrong? He calls himself the wrong name. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's like I'm Bobby Feeney. I mean,
I still just don't understand. Like, you don't even have a picture of the guy?
maybe this is like second shift because the main guys are on vacation. Who knows? They brought in the backups to cover the weekend. I had that happen. FedEx. I had to start work on Monday, and I ordered something supposed to be there on Saturday. Like I don't know, shirt or something for work, and they marked it undeliverable at like 3 o'clock on Saturday. I was like, what the hell? Basically the guy couldn't find it, so he just said undeliverable instead of like I don't know, calling us or I don't know, figuring out a better way because it was not more the address. He just, as I learned, was a Saturday driver and not very good at finding these addresses apparently.
Uh,
They were
Jeez.
like, well, it's the weekend. It's the B team. And I was like, well, I start
How
on
does that?
Monday. Like, well, we're closed on Monday, so it won't be there before till Tuesday. I was like, gee. And that's when I started to love FedEx.
That was FedEx.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every time I have some kind of delay issue, it's FedEx. Every single time. Any kind of issue, it's always there. Sometimes I wish I could pick. Like, hey, can we do anyone but? I'll take DHL for Christ's
Now that's bad.
sake. I don't know how, well, for China, I don't think oh God, they might not be in business anymore. Slide in Road, seems like a big story about emasculating dad in the story for some reason.
Another Buick as well.
Yep.
Oh, see, I didn't even notice that. I need to make more attention to these short stories.
I just
They have
didn't
nothing but Buicks in Stephen King land.
exactly. I didn't realize you were such a Buick fan.
I feel like Buicks and Volvos are always the cars.
And everything's always Apple. I
Yeah.
feel like he's got like a licensing deal with them or something. Because he just says, Simpsons call it Mapple or MyPods because they don't want to like get in trouble. He just like, I don't know how that works when you're writing a book. Can you just say what you want?
I was gonna say, do you have copyright in a book?
I don't know. I mean, I have no idea because it's not the first time. I'm sure. I mean, he references songs all the time. Whatever that is, he probably just pays it at this point. He's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Hey Jude is in the stand, or yeah, the stand, right?
Yeah. But like the beginning of half his book, him and Dean Koontz used to have a thing where like the more crap you could put in quotes in front of the book, the better.
Yeah, I so often don't read those. I'm like, whatever.
I read every one of them. You know what? It's better to go back and read the quotes after you've read the book because they make more sense.
It's probably a good idea.
You're like, okay, that was great and weird. I have no idea what the fuck that was about.
This one I enjoyed. It's just a quick little like Stephen King. You kind of could see where everything was going the second it's mentioned. Like nothing is an accident in his story.
As soon as there was someone else there, like, okay, this is good. This is bad.
As soon as Grandpa said that van looks like it hasn't moved in a while, I'm like, sure. Why is there a van there? I bet it has moved recently.
Yeah, and if it hasn't, that's even worse for you. I didn't hear him calling it rusted out or anything. It just hasn't moved in a while.
I like the way he did like the whole scene. I was really good at tension building because like kind of the moment that they see the hotel and then that they meet them and then till it all like you can see it rising and rising and rising and rising and it's nice.
Yeah, I mean, just the slide in on Slide In Road, right? It's a little confusing.
Yeah, I kept writing on Slide Road in and I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense.
Is it the slide in, or is it the slide in on Slide In? So it's the slide in on Slide In Road. Oh, see, there you go. I think I got it.
Yeah. Slide into the slide in on Slide In Road.
It seems like a very in the middle of nowhere place for a hotel. Like
Well, it's
the road just kind of stopped and fell apart. Like, oh, okay, where are we at now?
that's true. I guess I haven't really seen that often on roads, but
Yeah. So we're up there in the middle of Maine somewhere, I'm assuming.
I mean, it burnt down and they didn't bother to try to rebuild it, so.
Like her father grew up in a politically incorrect age and he's carried it with him. Well, does that make it okay? He's allowed to change.
I don't think she's saying it's okay. I think she's just saying it's futile.
Yeah, I don't fight that fight anymore.
All
Maybe
right.
that's what she's saying. What a dying semi-comatose octogenarian was supposed to do with a bat and a glove, but kept still. I don't know. Grandpa was all right with the bat and the glove, right? Maybe not the glove.
Yeah, I like that. I like him saving the day.
He got beat up by. And what's his son's name? Donald or something. He's like, move, go get
Frank.
this, go do that. And he just stand there. He doesn't even fucking move. Like, dude, like, I don't
I mean,
know, defend your family, something. Like, do you care?
the thing is, like, everybody reacts differently in fear. Like, some people fight, some people freeze, some people flight, run. What's the other one? Run. And like I know this sounds like kind of it's not necessarily the same, but like, I watch a lot of stories that people read from Reddit and this has happened before. Like there's a story that kind of got popular where a girl and her boyfriend they were walking down the street and they get mugged and the guy I think he like runs away immediately and like leaves her there and then her brother happened to be with them. So he was like shortly ahead, saw the whole thing, came back, beat the guy up, got her stuff, whatever. And then afterwards, she was like, "What the hell was that? Like, why did you do that?" And he was just like, I don't know. I didn't react. Like, my response was just to run." And like, the whole conversation was like, was he I think the question actually, like, was he an asshole for doing that?
This sounds like
And
a
then,
Smosh thing, right? Am I supposed to
right.
say their name?
Yeah, well, sure, you can promote them. They're good.
Yeah, I'm sure our little promotion will help.
And a lot of people were on both sides. And like, she also was like, I can't look at him the same after that, which is fair.
That's actually a tough one, and I don't know that either one of them are wrong, but I also can't see how you move forward after that.
Exactly. Because like, you may
It's
not
okay to
feel
not be
like,
together anymore, I guess is the answer.
yeah, exactly. So as bad as it sounds, I think it's very realistic. Not even bad. I don't blame him for reacting that way. Again, it's a scary situation.
Yeah, well, I hope to never find out. I think I know, but I think if the flight made more sense, I would take it in a second. I'd be able to outrun them, right? Like that would all depend on that too. Like I hate running.
I think those responses aren't necessarily about sense. I think it's just like something else takes over in that moment.
Your instinct.
Yeah. And I'd like to think my instinct is fight, but I don't know that I've been tested in that way.
I mean, so far it has been for me. uh, in most things in my life, but you never know. Also, uh, didn't how do you say it? Sneaky when I had to be.
Yeah.
So I can see that sometimes, what is it? There's an expression I just couldn't grab. Better to kill him softly. I'll just go.
Okay.
Instead of storming in the front door, it's better to sneak in the
Oh,
side door
right.
sometimes. So, especially as my previous life, interest life. I did a lot of sneaking in the side door.
Sliding it.
Yeah, that's a slide. It's a good road for it. So yeah, and speaking of people up to stuff, I like how they were going to Derry.
Of course.
Maybe these guys did you a favor. 'Cause I don't know
Where
what you
is
were looking
Falmouth?
for.
Is that Maine?
I guess. I hope if they're going to Derry.
Yeah.
It could be New Hampshire.
True. That
I didn't look it
sounds
up.
kind of familiar.
It does
Probably
sound
gonna
familiar.
Yeah,
probably
like
gonna
I
piss
know
off all the
Falmouth is
New
an
Hampshireans.
actual place. I just don't remember which northeastern state it's in.
Well, wait, what's the baseball is for the Red Sox?
For Maine?
What did I say? The baseball bat. Sorry.
Yeah,
I mean,
everyone in Maine is a Red Sox fan.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind.
Stephen King's a huge Red Sox fan.
yeah.
Oh, he tried to buy the team with some partnership, and it got denied or something. I don't know the details. But he was almost part Red Sox.
Damn. Why would he? Why would?
I don't think it was because of him. I think it was because of the other people involved. Maybe.
They're idiots.
Right. Especially because he never wants. I feel like he never wants anything, and they can't have that.
Maybe they thought like every home game would be Halloween or something. Tonight, horror theme, Stephen King theme.
Yeah, but do you know how popular that would be? Like,
Yeah.
that would be a great marketing thing for them.
I mean, how many?
Like, I don't
Is
give.
there more Stephen King fans worldwide than baseball fans? It might be close. But how many like the
Really?
Taylor Swift effect on the NFL?
Yeah, like, I don't care about baseball or the Red Sox, but if someplace close to me was having a Stephen King night, I'm there.
Yeah. Very true.
Well, I care about two of those three things, so I would probably be there as long as it was Phillies and not Red Sox.
What was the third one? Halloween or no?
Stephen
Baseball.
King.
Stephen King. What's okay? What? Never mind.
Stephen
So
King
he doesn't
baseball,
care about the
yes. Red Sox, no.
Yeah.
Red Sox. Oh, okay.
And then she was like, my first Delaware. I was like, what kind of slang is that? I have no idea what the fuck she is saying. I had to read it like 4 times. I was like, oh wait, they're doing a license plate thing, aren't they?
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I was lost. Maybe I need to stop reading these short stories at the gym. You really got to focus on them because they don't stick around long.
I mean, there's not that many words to focus on.
Yeah, you would think it would be easier. I kind of like the grandkids. He's good at being a kid though. I like the grandkids. perspective.
Yeah, that's why I said I like the way he sets it up, where you have the girl who's kind of a little bit oblivious, but is starting to realize, the boy who knows immediately something's wrong, the
Well,
grandpa who starts to get the picture pretty soon.
we have it all, almost all of them. And mom's just kind of out there, so she figures it out quick because she has no choice.
Mm-hmm.
Figures it out before Dad does, though. He's lugging along like,
I feel like Dad would be in full denial until, you know, even when the gun's stuck in his face, he might be thinking it's okay.
Well, the mom says, she's like, give it back. I'm like, are you dumb?
Yeah, right. Like affluenza. People don't know what the real world's like. But yeah, like he looks in the hole and he immediately is like, oh God, that's not good. And then he sees the people and he's like, keep it together, keep it together. And he's struggling to keep it together, you know, because he's what, like a 10-year-old kid.
Well, I
So I
think he
like,
also, like, his instinct is that something is wrong, but he's not quite sure because he's still probably in shock, and he's like, dead body, two strange men. What does this mean?
yeah, and like, do we know it? I mean, I guess it was a dead body, but how did he know that? How did he know it wasn't a person?
Well, he said it was a leg. I don't know
Oh,
what
that's
that
right,
means.
it was a leg. I guess a lot of legs sticking up out of the ground in this book.
Well,
I
it's
think
out of
Danny
the.
Coffin's dream had a leg sticking up too, didn't it?
He's, yeah, the arm.
Oh, it was an arm. Okay.
the body part sticking out of ground.
Yeah, well, maybe that's the thing. You know, the weather changes, the ground thaws.
Technically, this one was the water from the burnt basement, so it was like floating in the water.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought, yeah, well, I just thought it was. I didn't know what it was actually. It was like a hole that he looked in for some reason, and then there's like I didn't see no.
Well, kind of. I mean, it is a big hole.
Yeah, I guess I didn't realize it was water at the other end of it. Oh, it does say water-filled cellar hole.
Yeah.
Imagine that. So I guess when they said that, they meant there was water in the bottom.
In the bottom of the cellar, you might say.
In a hole. Yeah, well, that's why it was just a leg then. So the rest was just submerged. So in that case, that makes it pretty much a dead person.
Yeah.
Like, are you from Delaware? Well, we've been through there. Like, oh, okay, so it's probably not their car.
Why wouldn't they just say yeah? Like, why are you even being weird to the children?
Oh, maybe the kid's like, oh, I like Delaware. Did you ever go to blah blah blah? He's like, I don't know. We probably just pull out the gun up. I was like, I'm tired of like making this shit up. Just get the fuck over there. That's what they end up doing.
That's kind of what I meant. I'm like, what? I mean, I don't know. I guess I can't pretend to get in their minds, but it's like,
Why were they there? Were they there to like get rid of a body? Are they like mobsters or something? Or did something happen?
oh, what did he call them? The grandpa was like, I know these types. Well, besides the offensive things that he said, it was like something like vagabonds or something, scavengers and skedaddlers.
Yeah, scavengers and all them damn skedaddlers. I tell you.
Always skedaddling.
Yeah, just when you think that, you know, they're serious, they go off. There they go, skedaddling off.
Their daddles are scattered. Skedaddled.
I wish I had a cool 1920s like joke to reference. Play me off, Johnny. Yeah, why the hell were they there? Anyway, I guess that's all I got. And then Grandpa saves the day, beats up the guys.
I didn't really understand how he got over on the guy with the gun. I guess because the kid jumped on him. Like, it didn't make sense to me that he couldn't just shoot him.
Pete, yeah, the kid was on him. Pete at last flings Billy away, but before he can raise the gun, Grandpa brings the bat down on his wrist.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that, but I'm like, sure,
I still think
whatever.
he could have just like, so the kid was on his back, so point the gun behind you and shoot it.
You're right. Like,
Yeah.
you against shooting a kid now?
Yeah, yeah, you could be Scarface. I don't kill no fucking kids.
I guess skedaddlers aren't kid killers.
Even skedaddlers have lines they don't cross. Frank still just, he's just like, I can just picture him, all this shit going on. He's just standing there in the middle of it like a statue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everything's happening around him. So I was thinking of Flannery O'Connor. Did she die? Do you guys know who that is?
Mm.
I know she's an author.
I had to read, like, my English teacher in high school was a huge fan, so I had to read like 3 of her stupid books. She's like the critically acclaimed offer like Kafka, that kind of stuff, where it's supposed to be good, but it's not that entertaining. If you ask me, I'd rather read Stephen King or something that's fun.
Right. And
Also, I've read
also,
one or two, and at least Kafka can get a little weird with his cockroaches and shit. I feel like he was doing good drugs that day.
I was gonna say Kafka can get a lot weird.
What do you say?
Kafka can get a lot weird.
Yeah, yeah, So I don't know what he was on when he decided to wake up as a cockroach one day. But yeah, here we are. What's Kafka? Is that German? Russian? Like, I don't know what the cockroaches are like over there, but apparently they're
Terrifying.
right. Yeah. Like Skull Island kind of cockroach.
Human size.
Right. All right. Good luck with that. They would just take over if they were that big. So yeah, they kill the killers and move on. Right? I guess I don't know. Was that like his tribute to Flannery O'Connor? Was that supposed to be like one of her stories or something?
what does that have?
Red
Does he
Screen.
mention? Oh, thinking of Flannery O'Connor. Right, right,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah, at the end. Maybe that's just he was writing that when she died. That's probably what happened. That sounds vaguely familiar. Like she died recently, kind of recent. But I haven't read it since high school. Don't feel like I don't feel a need to because I remember not liking it then. Red Screen. I think the other one that didn't make any goddamn sense. No,
See,
actually, that was kind of cool.
I like this one.
I'll have to say, like, I read it again. I mean, it's damn short stories. And I was like, wait, I feel like I missed something there. So I went back and like read the last paragraph really slowly. I'm like, okay, he is one of them, right?
Yeah. To be honest, I think I would have liked. I know it's a Stephen King story, so that's how it's supposed to end. But I think I would have liked it more if it just ended after they like talked it out. So I'm like, see, all you need to do is talk to each other.
Hey, the moral of the story is
People will do anything but talk to each other.
communicate better.
Right.
They should have had the screen flash. They like end before you saw what color it was or something like that. Tease that, like, or it could have been any color, like Pet Cemetery
Yeah.
style. It's gonna work this time.
Because I also feel like it doesn't make sense. Because like, I thought he said that they would push you until the end. Why would she be so accommodating all of a sudden?
Yeah, it was kind of a weird twist in motivation. Like, cause these things, I just watched, I'm getting this twisted. I just watched that Black Mirror did you watch the one with the Trolobites? Not the Trolobites. The computer game one with the guy with
Oh
the
my
long hair.
god, yes.
I keep getting this confused with that now. That was interesting.
It had me in. I was the whole time. I was like, "What is going on?"
Well, I figured the pen and the paper had something to do with it. So he like wrote. Yeah, that was kind of cool. I mean, I could see that. Especially with the day of QR codes, you just show them or something. And
I mean, yeah, I figured because he asked if they were being recorded, so I figured something was gonna happen. But like, it just, I liked it. I don't know, man. I really love that show.
I'm gonna just call. I'm gonna have to call them back. So that's why you got to call me. I had an update. Anyway, I totally missed what you said.
I just said I really like where they went. Like the new season of Black Mirror was very well done, in my opinion.
Yeah,
And
so
I
far
love
I
that
think
show.
there's only one I haven't watched. I fell asleep watching Infinity, but it was getting a little. I don't know. Too meta maybe. I don't know.
That's the only one I haven't watched
It was
yet.
getting a little like
I
I wasn't buying it anymore, kind of thing. Like after the first one, and you're like, oh my god, I felt so horrible for those things that were just computer programs,
I didn't feel like, yeah, I don't feel like it needed a sequel, so that's why I'm kind of like, meh.
Now I'll just let you watch it. I'm not gonna say anything.
I know I started it, so I know how it starts, but I'm like, whatever, I don't care. And now that I'm like, you're just zeros and ones. What am I supposed to feel bad for?
Yeah, how come I don't feel bad for him anymore? I guess you haven't watched
Anyway,
that.
No. And honestly, I didn't even know they were still making Black Mirror.
It's still pretty good, I gotta say. I love it's not too far off premise where, you're not going bullshit that would never happen. You're like, that's scary and I could actually see that happening.
it's too close for comfort. It's like a type of horror that I'm not used to, where I'm like, this is just our future.
Right? Vampires don't scare me like Black Mirror does. People putting cameras in their kids and walking around or filter where they can't see what they don't want them to. I can see that.
Subscription for your brain tumor or your brain not
$5.95 a
tumor,
month, we'll
whatever you
filter
call it.
out if you get the premium tier, we'll filter out all the bad ones.
No ads, and you can travel out of your location.
See? Oh, were they putting ads in the thing? They probably were.
Oh yeah, by the end, she's like, spoilers, but she's like sleeping 16, 20 hours a day, and as soon as she wakes up, she's just spouting ads all day.
Jeez.
Like I said, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to uh, where am I at? Red screen.
But these are aliens, right? That's what you said?
Yeah. Which we've had two aliens in this book at least.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
This is yeah. So the guy got himself arrested on purpose. Is that right?
No, he killed his uh claim to be
Killed his
alien
wife. Said it
wife.
wasn't his wife anymore. Yeah,
I thought he was gonna say changeling, and then it's an
I
alien. I'm
did
like, oh.
too. Oh my god. I was like, oh, are we doing some Irish stuff here? Because it's sure starting to sound like a changeling. Well, that's not her. I mean, it kind of is, I guess. It's an alien changeling. Maybe that's what ancient astronaut theorists believe. What if a changeling is an alien?
Yeah, he might as well have said Giorgio's name in the story.
Yeah, it's kind of what it is. It's an alien changeling. But he was right. They've never been right in when we watch lore. It's always crazy
Well,
Irishmen.
that's why I didn't quite like the ending, because I was like, I mean, again, I understand that's what he does, is he makes up things that wouldn't happen, but this one hit a little too close to home with all of the conspiracy theorists lately and stuff like that. And I'm like, it's not real.
Oh wait, what do you mean?
There's
Yeah.
just been a lot. Sorry, what?
Well, I just don't know what you're talking about either. Like, who body snatched?
So lately, in like, I guess mostly online, people conspiracy theories have run amok. It's like everything and anything has been stated now, and a lot of people are falling into these groups that are just confirming their dumb beliefs, like flat earthers, for example. And so this one reminds me of what was that one? It's like they're using the internet to try to warn people of who the aliens are, and that's the point of the red screen. And it sounds very much like a real conspiracy theory that you'd hear, where it's like, people, you're being lied to right now, and the only way to know if it's the truth is to look at your screen and wait for that red to pop up on the screen, and if you know, then you know it's an alien, and you know you have to kill them, like Alex Jones type of stuff.
Yeah, I like it. I can see that.
I'm saying it's too close to home for it to actually be true. That's what
See,
I'm
it's
saying.
very
Like,
Black
just make it
Mirror-ish.
not true.
Because when dumb people have platforms, dumber people listen to them.
Ugh,
And any
I
idiot can
hate
have a
freedom of
platform.
speech.
Look at us, my God.
Yeah, but we're good people.
Yeah, we don't have an exactly large platform. Kind of like a little mini soapbox. Yeah. So what do I have to like? Do I have to open a program, or my phone just turns red if I hold it up to your face?
Well, that's what I was trying to find in the story real quick. I forgot how they said that it happened.
Like, download this app and make sure you get the premium tier if you don't want the app.
That was the thing, though. It didn't really say that, like, if your screen is doing this, it'll turn red, or it was just like she leaned near it
Right.
and the screen
So
turned
like every
red.
time she uses her phone, does it turn red? Like that seems that would be a giveaway, right? Only if you
You
know.
would
Do you
think.
need like special glasses, like in most of the sci-fi movies, to see the alien?
So it says, 5 or 6 years ago, someone figured out what's going on. It's on the dark web, detective. It's spreading up from there like ink and water. And then at the bottom of the page, it says, I got the red screen. It's only for a second or two, so they won't see. But when I saw it, I knew. And then that's all it says. It's subtle. Yeah,
So it
that's it. They
flashes
take from
red
you, they
for a
take your stuff.
second or two. That doesn't seem very subtle. I got to.
But also, what does that mean? It's like, are you supposed, like you said, are you supposed to stare at your screen forever and see if it flashes red?
Yeah, and is everyone like walking down the street with the phone up to their ear, who's an alien, have a red screen? Like they have a red light coming off of their side of their face? Kind of cool. I would have rather not noticed she was an alien, but like maybe hinted at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's about to what, like take over the planet? Well, we don't know how bad it is, right?
This is why you can't give in to these things.
I mean, what are the chances? So did he see the red screen? Wait, he doesn't see it. She's
No, he doesn't see it because she's like blocking him.
oh, so this is pretty big then. If it's both at home and work, unrelated. I think the aliens are about to make a move.
I guess so, but but little do they know, all the red screens are out there.
Cell phone. Nobody's had a cell phone in years. Okay. Yeah, moving on. Is that the and now we got the turbulence expert in Laurie. We already kind of did
Yeah.
Laurie. Well, we kind of already did both. Like, okay, so
Yeah, I was gonna say I think we kind of did both of these.
I mean,
They got a little bit of the shine or the touch. I would call it the touch here, probably. Well, no, actually, they see into the future. I don't know.
I mean, how hard would it to believe that you're actually gonna die every time? Be like, oh yeah, here we go, right? I'm gonna die. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
I
feel like
can't
that's a
can't be good for you.
right.
Yeah.
Every time like I watch something and they absorb the thing that's about to die, it really fucks them up pretty good. And then they even out after like 4.5 seconds. But that's those first 4 seconds are rough. I don't know, but like, is he working for the shop? Like, he didn't mention him, but goddamn, it sure seems like it because he doesn't have a choice in these things, and he's like a prisoner. Like he has to do
Yeah,
what
what
they
did he?
tell him.
The facilitator.
Yeah, that guy facilitate this motherfucker.
Well, he said once you're in, you can't get out whenever you want. I guess like you have to fill a certain quota.
Right, and he feels so bad he recruited someone else to his life.
Well, because it takes time off of his time.
But what is his time? He doesn't even know.
He's yeah. I mean, I don't know. He said retirement, but I don't know what that means.
He was like, you can't get
Well,
out, but it'll
like I
shorten my
said,
time. Well, hold on.
how long do you know your time? Like, what is your time?
Yeah, right. You have what's your end date?
Because it sounds like a to death type of thing to me.
Yeah, right. 2 years of his future service forgiven. That was the bonus. 2 years closer to retirement.
I mean, out of how many? Because that's not a lot, I gotta tell you. If I was at 18 and I had 2 years left, I might just go for it. Yeah, I don't. Good for him. He saves a lot of people, I guess. Although apparently nobody dies from turbulence. So his whole existence is useless. So they could just be scared and everything would have been fine and we can move on. He doesn't actually have to picture
Well,
anyone dying. He just thinks he does.
I feel like Stephen King must have had bad turbulence once, and then I was like, story.
Yeah, on his way to Florida Key where he saw an alligator.
Right. Siesta Key, which well, that's not. What story was that in? That was a.
that was Laurie, I think.
What
No,
was
that
one
was
of them?
Turbulence.
Rattlesnake Key, and then I was like, hey,
No, it was in this one, the turbulence expert, because that's where Mary's going.
Yeah.
can you tell somebody retired to the Florida Key?
I was gonna say I've been to Siesta Key. It's beautiful there.
Oh, that's a real one. Most of them are made up. Like Duma Key, that's not real.
No, that one is real. It's an island.
And I think he said
Or
Rattlesnake Key in Laurie too, didn't he? Didn't he mention that?
I
Like I just
don't
assumed that he
remember.
made that one up. Did anybody know who Mary Worth is? It's like a comic strip from when like the 70s when like they weren't like funny, they were soap opera comic strips.
No, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, that was before TV. That's what Mary Worth was, one of the like serious comic strips from like the 50s.
I like. Did he think it? And he was like, no idea who that is. And I was like, me neither, pal.
Yeah, well, I still get most of them. Some of them I don't know. Like I know Ambrose Bierce the name, but I couldn't tell you a book that they wrote.
I just realized that was the first time he acknowledged that the people, probably younger people especially, were not going to get the reference.
Wow, what did he say?
Because he said when she introduces herself, she says Mary Worth, just like the comic, and then he thinks I don't know who that is, but I say nice to meet you anyway.
That always cracks me up. Like, you know exactly. Maybe not the character, but the guy.
The guy who made the reference.
Right. Okay, I guess we're good, right? Turbulence sucks for. I don't have much on Ari. I just, yeah, I don't. I think he was just daydreaming one day, and he does a lot of odd ifs or what ifs on his wall. That's where we got. Yeah, somebody clearly went to Florida, and this book mostly came out of that.
Imagining what it would be like when his wife died.
yeah.
I hope not. I guess that's something you got to think about, right? Hoping. Well, I don't know. That's a weird way to say that.
If you're his wife, what must you be thinking? Like, can you stop imagining me dying, please?
Why couldn't they just like? Why did he have to be in grief to be walking this dog all the time?
Well, grief creates drama, right? Most of his characters have some kind of grief thing going on. They're usually not born out of happy-go-lucky, normal household. Not that I even know what a normal household is, but I don't even know how I would define that. Yeah, and that's all I got. So I'm wondering, so what's next? Rattlesnakes, right?
Are we doing just rattlesnakes or finishing the book?
I think we're finishing the book.
Yeah,
We're going from Rattlesnake Key to rattlesnakes. Is there a relation?
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I asked Google what a glioblastoma was. Doesn't sound fun. It's like something that like eats your
No,
brain when you get old and it like attacks right away and you're dead before you know it. Like,
I was gonna say I can tell based. I think is it like one of the something in the word says is like brain, but also Stephen King is obsessed with things going wrong in the brain, so that's like that wasn't hard to guess anyway.
He's made a pretty good living off of that brain. I guess he doesn't want anything to happen to it. Imagine if he got
There's a lot of brain
Alzheimer's.
tumor. Oh my god!
Oh, that's horrible. But there'd be
As
some interesting
active as
stories,
he
right?
keeps, would he rewrite old stories?
No, I said there would be some interesting stories to new ones.
I know. I'm saying, would he rewrite old ones, forgetting that he wrote them?
Could you, like, would it be, yeah, imagine that. It would be like the same word for word. That'd be funny. Man, 40 years later, The Shining is no different.
Imagine it'll be it, except for not on coke this time.
That would be like 30 pages long. But actually, it's a short story now. Like, they would,
Scary stuff, scary stuff, scary stuff.
yeah.
The end.
Yeah, they went to Derry. They almost got eaten. A bunch of kids died. Killed a clown spider in a dimensional thing, and did it again when they were adults because they liked it so.
Because they liked it so much.
Fucking Mike.
It was nostalgia.
I should have just told Mike, "Don't call me. I'll call you." Okay? I don't ever want to hear from you again.
Yeah, well, that doesn't work because they all forgot about it.
Well, they forgot just enough to not think about it, I guess, but they didn't forget enough to not know who Mike was.
They all kind of like remembered as they heard his voice.
Right? I guess he doesn't call for Christmas to see how they're doing. He's just like, "Fuck you. If you're making me sit here in Derry and not get rich and famous, then I'm not fucking calling you." I expect a gift card. Oh, what's the next book? Do we know? Is it Needful Things time?
Think so, right?
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all I got. Everybody good?
Yep.
End of the podcast. See you for the rest of the book in 2 weeks. See ya.
Bye.